We are historians.
My name is Jane Gobia. I am Sheridan's Vice President, Inclusive Communities. Here we are at the conclusion of another Black History Month, and I must say how proud I am of how far we have come with our programming. Since forming a Black History Month committee with diverse representation from across the college, our events and community building initiatives have become much more intentional and impactful. We are collaborating with students, employees, faculties, departments, and external organizations to spotlight issues that resonate with Black community and celebrate Black excellence. And we did this in the face of a global pandemic. It didn't stop us from delivering or partnering on more than 11 events. We had keynote speeches from prominent members of the Black community, hosted film screenings, had deep conversations about learning and unlearning, and more. Outside of events, Sheridan made a significant institutional commitment. We announced a new partnership with Black Mentorship, Inc., which strengthens leadership opportunities by networking, knowledge sharing, career clarity, and readiness. While the calendar may tell us that we are at the end of the Black History Month, we know that celebrating and recognizing equity-deserving groups must continue year-round. I believe that we have the people and institutional will to make this true. I look forward to what's ahead. Thank you to everyone involved in making a memorable Black History Month for our community and to all who took time to listen, learn, and engage. Take care.
Talking about Black history as some safe, neutral thing that we can all get on board with and celebrate is very different from talking about the need for Black people to be free and to be safe, to have somebody to call when they're in crisis who is not going to take their lives. These are much harder conversations, but they're the ones that matter during a time like this.
Being a Black woman, that just naturally comes with its own obstacles, but it's also the biggest thing that I'm proud of. And I think through being a Black woman and navigating different spaces, there's been, implicit biases, there's been barriers, and I don't think there's just one in specific. I think it's just an overlay of like all these different like microaggressions, different interactions. Like those are things that have just always existed and have always been there. But on the other side, there's also been a lot of victories, a lot of successes, and a lot of like powerful moments. And still there will be a lot of powerful moments simply for existing and being who I am. So yeah, I would say like who I am as a Black woman, my identity could be my biggest obstacle, but it's also my biggest accomplishment.
Thank you to all the Sheridan community for making this Black History Month a memorable one. A lot of progress has been made, but of course, there's still a lot more work to be done. And we are very optimistic about the changes that are ahead as we look forward to tackling these issues head on.
We will have to fight for our lives. Part-time warriors, but full-time historians. Because the names of our deceased brothers, fathers, sons, cousins, uncles, neighbors, they lay sizzled into our brains and engraved into the doorknob anytime we think to go outside. We see their shadows in the back of every police car that drives by. Their faded smiles in every purse that's clenched as I near. We are historians. and the job description is Black.
As many of you know, Sheridan has been a long-standing partner of the CCAH. As with previous years, CCAH is sponsoring Sheridan's Creative Reflection competition. So what is this competition about? This is where Sheridan's students can submit any piece of work that shares their experience and reflection on what Black History Month means to them personally.
Right now, when we've been in this game, not, since summer 2020, we've been in this game since the summer 1920, the summer of 1820, the summer of 1720, the summer of 1620 in this country. When we get these little blips of support and then disappears, what happens next summer?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janet Morrison, and I have the honor of serving as Sheridan's President and Vice Chancellor. As we reach the end of Black History Month 2021, I want to take a moment to recognize the passion, the hard work, and the thoughtful intention that made our celebration at Sheridan this year so impactful. Our student leaders, faculty, and staff organized celebrations of Black culture and art, conversations on Black leadership and career development, and critical discussions on navigating and confronting anti-Black racism. Fittingly, the theme of this year's celebration was learning and unlearning, a commitment to progress. I'd like to thank all of the organizers, including the Sheridan Student Union and our external community partners in these events, for their work. If you'd like to further support the passionate student leaders behind many of these events, I hope you'll consider purchasing a hoodie like the one I'm wearing today through the Sheridan Student Union website. All proceeds go to the Sheridan Black Students Association. The events and discussions we've had over the past month have reiterated a vital message, phrased so powerfully by author and activist Desmond Cole during his talk on February 10th. Beyond celebrating Black culture, we need to stand up for Black people. If we are going to position inclusion as one of Sheridan's guiding pillars, then we need to make sure that every one of our students and employees feels safe, supported, and respected as members of this community, our community. I'm proud of the steps that Sheridan has taken over the last year to address systemic racism, concrete actions like offering employee training in unconscious bias, human rights, and anti-racism, creating bursaries for Black students in need as part of our participation in the Black North Initiative, identifying and addressing equity concerns within our learning environments, and hiring more Black, Indigenous, and racialized faculty members. But much more remains to be done. Anti-racism demands real structural change. As a learning institution, it is our role to provide and create safe, inclusive space for our community to learn, grow, and have vital conversations. It's our responsibility to advocate for the safety and well-being of our community and to lead by example with action. I'm grateful to our colleagues in the Office of Inclusive Communities, to our community partners, and particularly to our Black students and student leaders as they continue to help Sheridan navigate this transformation and to hold us accountable. I remain committed to learning from them, amplifying their voices, and acting with courage and conviction to ensure we are truly living our values. Thank you for the opportunity to connect with you today. Be well.
No justice! No peace!